Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. My name is Richard Rost, your instructor. In this video, I'm going to show you how to import changes, import new and changed records from a spreadsheet. Let's say, for example, you sell a particular product, and once a month, you get a spreadsheet emailed to you from one of your suppliers. You want to be able to instantly and easily go through, review price changes, review new products, and review discontinued products. And in this lesson, I'll show you how to do all that with a couple of clicks. Today's question comes from Aaron from Brisbane, Australia, one of my gold members. Aaron says, I get an updated product list in an Excel spreadsheet each month from my main vendor. I would like to import their data into my Access database, update unit cost for any existing products, and add new products to my table. Can this be automated? Right now it takes me an hour to type everything in each month. Of course, Aaron, that's one of the benefits of Access is you can automate data imports and updates and all that stuff. We can do this with just a couple of queries. Let me show you how. Let's start off by opening up my blank customer template. This is a free download. You can grab it off my website. I'll put a link down in the description below. But you don't have to use my database. Any simple database will do. Now let's start by creating our product table. So this will be the table in our Access database that we use to put all of our products in. So create, and then table design. And of course, we'll have a product ID, which is an auto number. We'll put in the stock number, which is what the vendor uses to call their product ID. All right, and it's alphanumeric. So we want to make sure this matches theirs. All right, the type of data. If they're using just numbers, you can use numbers, but usually they use text. Then we have, of course, the product name. We've got a unit cost, which is what we pay to buy this from the vendor. If you also want to store your unit price in here, your sale price, that's fine too, because you're going to buy it from them for one price, and you're going to want to resell it to your customers for a higher price. And then, of course, it's nice to track the date updated. Right, that'll be a date time value. And we'll update that every time we perform an update for the products from their spreadsheet. This way we know how fresh our product information is. And of course, you'll have whatever other information you want in here for your product database, your quantity on hand, your reorder level, your notes, pictures, whatever other information you want to have about your product. So let's save this as our product T. All right, our product table. And let's just put one product in here to start. I'm going to look at their product sheet. Let's take a look at their product sheet real quick. All right, this is what I get from the vendor. I made something up, of course, but let's pretend this is what they give us every month. All right, open it up. All right, here's their product sheet, the way that it comes in email from them. Okay, so let's just put one of these guys in my database. So we've got something in there. All right, I'm going to match this one. All right, I'm going to copy, let's see, their stock number's right there. I can copy that, put it in my stock number, the product name. Copy that, drop it in there, and of course their unit cost, which they have listed as price. That's fine. Paste that in there. And then of course, what do I sell it at? Maybe I sell it for $19.99. All right, and the update date, control, semicolon, puts today's date in there. Okay, so just one. We'll get the rest of them automatically in a minute, but that's how you want to match up the data. There's your product ID, their product ID, which they call stock number, okay, or whatever. It's best for the import. It makes it easier if you match your field name to theirs, but you don't have to. Okay. Product name, which you may or may not want to automate the import. I will automate this when I add new products, but then I'm gonna make it so I can change it. The only thing I really want to update is their cost, the unit cost, which they call price. All right, everybody see how this works? All right, those are matched up. Now, what we want to do next is, I don't want to import their spreadsheet every month. What I want to do is, I want to create a link to it. I'm going to save this on my computer, all right, the first time I get it. Right now it's sitting on my desktop. Put it somewhere where you want to keep it like full time, because we're going to link to it from our database. And then when they send us a new copy, we're just going to replace that file. So right now I've got it sitting here on my desktop, pricesheet.xls. You can put this wherever you want it, just make sure it's going to be in the same spot. If you move it or rename it, you'll have to update the link in Access. So just put it on your server somewhere where you know it's going to be. So let's create a link to it in our database. Now I cover creating links to Excel spreadsheet files in my Access Expert 20 and 21 classes. There's importing and linking all different kinds of sources, all different kinds of tricks. I'll put a link to that in the description down below too if you want to learn more. So we're going to go to External Data, Under import and link, we're going to go new data source from file, Excel. Okay, now down here, we have a couple choices. I want to link to the data source by creating a linked table. When you import it, you just pull in the data one time and create a brand new table. When I link to it, I'm basically pointing a finger at that file, and every time that file is updated, my Access database gets the updated copy. Okay, it's just looking at what's in the file right now every time you run it. So that's the benefit of using a link. You can import it if you want to. All right, that's certainly the rest of the steps in this example will work just fine if you don't link to it. But by creating the link, you don't have to keep doing the import. Okay, you just do it once and then you're done. Now pick the file, browse. It's going to be on my desktop. And right up here, price sheet, and then hit open. Okay. The first row contains the column headings, which it does. If it doesn't, turn that off. That'll assume that's a product then. Next. What do you want to call it? I'll call it my price sheet. Oh, not product. Price sheet T. My fingers are doing something different from my brain. It happens all the time. And then hit finish. All right, finish linking. Now, see it right there? Little Excel. Open it up. There it is. Okay, and you can resize this. And you can make a form around this if you want to like preview their stuff. Okay, close this. It'll just save layout changes. Now notice, if you see here, like for example, Tribble hair gel. Okay, it's $14.99. Let's say I go and get an updated product from them. Let me open that up again. All right, open up the sheet. Let's change this to $15.99. All right, save it. You got to always save this between. If you're making the edits yourself, you make the changes in Excel, save it, and then I recommend closing it because sometimes the link doesn't work well if that file is open. All right, but you're going to basically get this from your vendor, save it to your drive, maybe open it up and take a peek at it, make sure everything's okay, make sure they haven't made any major changes to the structure of it. Okay, then go to your database. Now you can peek at it from in here. See, and it changed to $15.99. Now we can use this linked table, this linked spreadsheet, just as if it was a table in our database. Okay? So the next thing I want to do is review changes to the existing product. So I've got the product already in my product table, in this case, the Tribble hair gel. All right, so the first step is going to be review updates, review any price changes. Okay, so let's create a query, create query design. I'm going to start with my product table. Now, their spreadsheet will be under the links section here. Even though it's a table, it's a linked table. Bring that in. All right. Now we have to join these together. Access doesn't always make the join because this is an external table. So we're going to link my stock num to the stock num over there. Okay, and that join type is just fine. So we're going to run this query first just to see all the products that the prices have changed. So bring in the information you want to see. So my product ID, my stock number, the product name. Maybe bring in their product name next to it so you can see if they've changed any product names, right? Then bring in your unit cost and their price. That's the same thing. Let's save this as my product update review queue, because we're just going to review the changes to the prices before we make any commitment, before we make any changes ourselves. All right, now go ahead and run it. And there you go. You'll see all the products that are in your table already, and then any differences in prices. Now, at this point, you're going to see all of the prices for all of the matching products. So we only want to see the ones where they're different. Okay, so down here under unit cost, put not equal to, that's a greater than and a less than symbol together, and then price. All right, that means this has got to be different from that. Otherwise, you don't want to see all of them if there's 5,000 products in here, because then you got to go manually down it in the list and see which ones are different. So this says, just show me the different ones. All right, save it, run it, and now you still see that one, of course, because of the difference in prices. Now, why don't you see all of the products from both tables? Well, that's the join type, this guy. I just did another video a couple days ago explaining that, right? This says you have to have a matching record in both tables for that to appear down here. If you've got like customers and orders, okay, and you have a customer with no orders, he won't show up. So you have to turn this into a left join, which we're actually going to do this with the next query. So just hang on a minute. But go watch that if you don't know about the different join types. I have a video called Outer Joins. I'll put a link to it down below. All right, so this is our review query to review the product changes. So save that. Now we're going to now we've looked over the data. Now we want to actually commit the changes. So let's copy this guy. Copy, paste, because we already got it kind of set up. Let's call this one the product update queue, the actual one that's going to do the updating. All right, so design this guy. Okay. Now we've already got the join set up here. So this is going to show us just the records where the unit cost is different. Okay, let's change this now to an update query. Now, if you've never done an update query, again, I've got videos on how update queries work. They basically change the data in a table. Okay, go watch that if you've never done an update query before. Okay, now all we really need to keep down here is just this. Okay, and we're going to update to price. Just like that. Show me all the records from both tables where the stock num matches, where the unit cost is different from the price. What am I going to do? Update it to price. Okay, save that, close it, now run it. All right, you won't be able to update these changes. Say yes. You may get another warning message that says you're about to update one row. Hit OK. I have my warnings turned off. How do you do that? Well, it's under File, Options, Client Settings, and then right here it says Confirm Action Queries. I turn that off. I find those annoying. But you may want to leave them on. Okay? Cancel that for now. Now let's run our review query again. We got nothing. What happened? Well, we updated the price. So if I look in my product table now, look at that. It updated. The unit cost is now $15.99. My unit price is what I charge. That hasn't changed. This was $14.99. Now it's $15.99 because it saw there was a different one. All right, let's test another change. Let me open up the spreadsheet again. All right, yeah, see, sometimes you'll get this. Access database cannot open this because the database is still open and it's trying to get access to this spreadsheet. All right, so it's best to close this instead of minimizing it, but that's okay. It shouldn't matter. Now come back in here and change this to $9.99. All right, save it, close the spreadsheet, open Access back up again. All right, now let's take a look at the price sheet T. Look at that. It's got the updated price there. All right, let's run our review query. There it is. It's different. And now let's run our update query. All right, you won't be able to undo this. Okay, hit OK. Now check your product table. There you go. It's updated. So that's how you check for product changes with existing products. Now, what do I do about the new stuff? All right, the new stuff's going to be a little trickier. Now again, we're going to take advantage of the join type in our query to show the stuff that doesn't have a matching record in the other table. All right, again, review that outer joins video if you have not yet. Okay, so create, query design. This time I'm going to start by pulling in the price sheet T because that's got all of the records in it. Okay, now the next table is going to be the product table. Okay, join these together, stock num to stock num. And let's bring in the stock num, the product name, the price, and let's bring in the product ID over here. All right, just so you can see how they look when they're matched. And let's save this as my product new review queue, the new stuff. We're going to review the new stuff. All right, now run it. Okay, I only get the one record, and it's already in there. All right, why am I getting this data set? Because this shows only the stuff where there's a matching record in both tables. So if I want to see all of the products from the vendor spreadsheet, then I have to make this an outer join. Double click on this and go number 2. Include all records, that's why it's capitalized, all records from the price sheet T, and only those records from product T where the join fields are equal. So in other words, show me all of these guys, and if it happens to match up to one of these, then go ahead and show that one too. That's what that little arrow's for. All right, save it and run it. Now I see all of these guys, and if one of them happens to match up, there it is right there. There's the product ID. Now I can see which products are new, the ones that I don't have in my table. They have a null product ID. And we can use that by coming in here for product ID and saying criteria is null. Just like that. Now when I run it, look at that. Those are all of the products that don't exist in my table. Okay, let's save this. That's the product new review. Now I can go through and review all the new stuff that's not in my database. All right. Now let's take this guy and make the actual append query. An append query is when you add records from one table to another. We're gonna add the ones that are new that show up here into my product table. That'll be a second query. Again, we'll base it on this one. We've already got most of the work done. Copy and paste. Let's call this product new append Q. All right, now let's change this guy into an append query. And again, if you haven't watched my append query video, go do that now. All right, come back here. The nice thing is it should save your spot. Okay, let's design this bad boy. Okay, let's change this to an append query. It's going to ask us where do we want to append the data to. We're going to append it into my product table. Hit OK. Notice the append to fields appear down here. All right, stock num will go into my stock num field. Yeah, it's not capital. The capitalization doesn't matter. Access doesn't care. Access is not case sensitive. Okay, product name goes into my product name. That's one of the reasons why I said it's best if you match up the field names. If yours are different, that's okay. You can change it. For example, their price is my unit cost. So I have to manually come down here to append to and put in here unit cost. Okay. Now, product ID is not being appended. All right, they don't have it. It's a new field for me. Okay, so I have to get rid of this append to product ID. Take that out of there. Otherwise, it'll generate an error message. They don't have a product ID. But I still need to check and make sure I'm appending only products that are null, only products that don't exist. Okay, one more field we have to add, and that's going to be my date updated. Okay, but I don't want to pull the date updated out of this field. So do this. Type this in x:date, just like that. Or if you want it to the minute and second, type in now. That'll tell you exactly when you updated it. What that does is it says create me a brand new field, a calculated value called now, or called x, that is equal to now, which is right now, the now function. And put that in the date updated field. We should probably put that in our update over here, too. I forgot about that. We'll do that, too. Okay. All right, save that. Close it. Now run it. All right, nothing appears to happen, or you might get the warning messages. Right, Access is about to append 5 records to your table. Now let's take a look at our product table. Look at that. There they are. All right, this is just too small. Okay, there we go. Stock number, product name, unit cost came in, unit prices are all 0. You'll have to go through and update those. All right, you can set that to a standard markup if you want to. I'll show that in the extended cut. This video is getting kind of long already. All right, members, I'll show you how to set a markup value, and you can automatically mark up new products, like a default markup of 10% or whatever. Okay, let's go and put that date updated in our update query too. Save changes, yes. Let's go to the update queue, design view. Okay, we're going to update date updated to now, just like that. Save it. All right, let's go make a change. Minimize. Open this guy up. Okay, yeah, you get this warning message. Okay, let's update the Tribble hair gel back to 1999. And let's add a new product. All right. Okay. Let's put in $29.99 for that one. So I should see an update for that product, and I should see a new product. So let's save this, close it, go back to the database. Okay, first we'll do an update review. Okay, there's one product that's changed in price. Let's run the update. Okay, let's check the product table. Okay, looks good. And it got the updated date and time, right? 26, yep, that's correct. It updated that. Now let's check for new products. So the new review first. All right, worst Batleth competition video. They spelled Batleth right? There's probably an apostrophe in there. Okay, close that. And now do the new append query. All right, now let's check the product table. There it is, right there. Now all you have to do is go down and update your prices. So there you go, Aaron. There's how you import changes from your vendor's product table into your product table. Want to learn more about this stuff? Well, there's a 30-minute extended cut for members. I will show you how to put some buttons on your main menu. These guys right here, right? We will have buttons to review the price changes, review new products. I'll show you how to check for discontinued products, which products are in your database but are no longer showing up in the spreadsheet that the vendor sends us. Then I'll show you how to process all of these things with one click. So you've done your reviews, right? Everything looks good. Now you're ready to make the changes. It will automatically make the price changes, pull in the new products, delete products out of your database. I don't recommend that step, but I'll show you how to do it, because you may still have the products in inventory that you don't want to just take out of your product list. Okay? But I'll show you how to do it in case you do. Then we'll make a product form. We'll deal with markups. So when their product price changes, your unit cost changes, okay, it'll look at your markup and adjust your price accordingly. And I put a little funny thing in there so that all of your prices will always end in 99 cents. So depending on what the markup is, it will always figure out the markup and then round it up to 99 cents. I'll show you how to do that too. But this form, you can also change the products in here manually. If you change the cost, it will update the price based on your markup. If you update the price, it will change what your markup is, if you want to manually adjust your price. Or if you change your markup, it will then recalculate your price as well. Lots to do. So I will cover all of this in the extended cut for members. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. And there's lots of them now. How do you become a member? Click on the join button below the video. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, live video and chat sessions, and other perks. After you click the join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks. But don't worry, these tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and feel free to share it wherever you think it might help people who are interested in Access. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click on the bell icon to select all to be notified every time I post a new video. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted. So if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link below to join my mailing list. Click on the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access. It's over 3 hours long, and you can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1, and that is free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page, and you can send me your question there. If you have a specific problem you need help with, or you'd like to discuss having a database built for your needs, I do offer one-on-one consulting. Be sure to follow my blog and find me on Facebook, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something today. I'll see you again soon.